Hello, friends. This is the channel where we talk about plant-based eating for busy people, but we don't just talk about plant-based eating. We also talk about wellness and um, health in general, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional. And I feel really anxious to share a thought with you today. It feels so important to me to be authentic. And so I'm trying really hard to get out of my own head and to just talk as though I were talking to a friend. So that's what I'm going to do today. And it may not make for real cinematic worthy video, if that makes it, if that makes sense. But that's okay, because I just think that if there's anything that's important in the world today, it is that we just be normal human beings. And it seems really important to me lately. Um, I have such a wonderful life. You can't imagine how awesome my life is. Like, I have like the riches that I didn't even know I needed. It's as though God just decided to give me things that I didn't know to ask for. I feel really blessed all of the time, and I feel really so full of gratitude. And so it's a funny puzzle that I've found myself in lately. There are so many good things in my life that I don't know how to balance them all, if that makes sense. And so I've had a couple of thoughts. And the most important one, I'm not going to get all rambly, even though it sounds like I am right here for a second. But the most important one that I think that I just want to maybe get off my chest. Let's not pretend I have something to share that is going to like make a huge difference in your life. It's not. We're all just on this search and this quest together. Um, Maybe I'll say something that will trigger something that will be helpful to you. I always hope that through this YouTube channel, through our blog, through our newsletter, there will actually be two-way communication so that we can help each other. I would love to be a community where we can support each other and just really hold hands while we're becoming the best version of ourselves, health wise and otherwise. Anyway, so I need to get on track really quickly on this subject of feeling overwhelmed with all of the things in my life. I have um, a beautiful family, just beautiful. Many children, many grandchildren. They all live nearby, which thing brings me such joy. So many babies born this last year, 4 brand new babies, grandchildren. You can imagine how delightful that has been. I live in my dream place. It's rural, very rural. I love the mountains and green and but I have a very large yard with flowers and grass and trees and I love it. I love it so much. But there's some care involved in that, some work involved in that. I have a job that I adore. I have a very talented husband who has a day job as an engineer and is an artist who does wood turnings, and I try to help him with that side gig that we have. I am very active in my church congregation. I feel like God wants me to love the people around me and to serve them, and that is very high on his priority list. And I love him and I love Jesus, and so I want to do those things as well. And so I understandably have a lot to do. And I have one thing to share on this. I don't have the answers. I do know, I have learned from experience that when I find myself in these kinds of puzzles and difficulties, I talk to the Lord. I talk to Him, and He knows what to do. That's He knows everything, and He knows me, and He knows that they are all good things, and He will let me know. He will let me know where I need to let things go, where I need to concentrate more time. He will help me to not be so concerned with what people think about me, which always helps. It always helps to know I don't have to do this certain thing to keep up appearances. That's not expected of me. He loves me, and if I am talking to Him and trying to follow His guidance, then I don't have to worry about the other things. And I can even ask Him for courage not to worry about the other things and not to worry about what people think. So I have a lot of confidence, and I never fall into despair over this problem of having too much to do. I just recognize that at times I get myself worked up. But here's the thought that I wanted to share. I am not actually the busiest person in the world, no matter, despite the fact that I feel that way sometimes. Um, but I do know that this challenge that I wrestle with feels like a big challenge to me at times, and I know that I have some little quirks and some, I used to call them disabilities, but I no longer see them as disabilities. My brain just works a certain way, and everybody does. So my brain doesn't work the exact same way that other people's brains work. My focus may be different. Um, I don't use negative language in that respect anymore, because I don't believe that that's how it works. I don't believe that how my brain works is a bad thing. It's just different from other people from time to time. And so, but it means that when I weigh out what I feel like I have to do and what my capabilities are, um, it, it feels overwhelming, and it feels big, and it feels heavy, and it feels like a challenge sometimes. What I have learned to do, and I hope that we can all learn to do, is to not compare our challenges with other people's challenges, nor our capabilities, nor our responsibilities and the things that we have to accomplish. It will never meet up correctly. Like, there's no one we can measure ourselves against and have an accurate reading, if that makes sense. So if my challenges feel heavy, it's because they are. They're heavy for me. And if someone else, um, if in my estimation I look at someone else and think that on the surface their life looks easier, like maybe they have less to do or more resources or something like that, I remind myself that that's absolutely inaccurate. That if that person is feeling overwhelmed and that their challenges are very heavy and very great, not to mention what I can't see, right? What I don't know about what's going on in their lives, it is of the same magnitude. So I give myself that grace to realize um, that I'm simply having this challenge because of my circumstances. I'm obviously working through it, but I'm not going to measure it against someone else's challenges, because it's not helpful in any degree. So, and I'm going to give that grace to other people as well. This is not new, great wisdom. This is not special. But don't we all need to be reminded occasionally? Let's be so kind to each other, and let's rejoice in the challenges that we overcome. Let's rejoice in the wins when we can find peace. Peace to me is of the utmost importance, and that's what I seek when I go to God with my questions, and when I listen for his voice to help me with the solutions that I know he knows, and that he knows what will work best for me. And then I ask him for courage to implement whatever guidance he gives me. And when I do it, 100% of the time, my peace level climbs. And that is such a blessing to me. Anyway, that's all. That's this thought.